Recording has begun, and that's the recording button up there. Okay. This is the Sunday morning makeup class for yesterday, and let's go ahead. We had talked about many of the exchange server features. Hopefully, you're doing the labs. And so we talked about auditing, and then we talked about DLP as well, which is data loss prevention. But so DLP use data loss prevention policies to help identify and protect your organization's sensitive info. For example, you can set up policies to help make sure information in email and docs isn't shared with the wrong people. So I think we didn't do the lab for that. We're going to, I'm going to show the lab for this. Here, I'll take a screenshot of that. What is data loss prevention? I'll just go over it again a little. And okay, so data loss prevention, where was it on Exchange? What is it? So I'm just going to go there, data loss prevention. It is in Compliance Admin Center, which has this link, compliance.microsoft.com. So I'm just going to click that. It's going to try to remember all the links there, URLs there, especially for the interview and when you're doing that. So it's going to open compliance, but it is the whole section is called purview, I think. Well, okay, it's now opening the link compliance.microsoft.com. So we go there. In my job environment, I and my junior administrator and directors are always talking where is what if we are talking that, so then we have to mention, okay, it's on either it's on purview, go to purview, and the URL is always compliance.go to compliance.microsoft.com. So these are the two areas or names we take when we say okay anything about these policies. Okay, so default so DLP was that data loss prevention, that you want to prevent loss of critical data. And how do you prevent the loss of critical data? Obviously, it's been a bit longer time, so it's been a long time. So I'm just gonna go through the policy again. Here, I think I created a Canada financial data. Yeah. So I'm just going to go through this again because we mentioned it or discussed it a bit before. So it is either financial data that could be stolen, could be leaked, could be mistakenly emailed out of the company, or it could be anything else. Suppose medical data that could be leaked out, or it could be privacy or HR data, human resource management, right? This is so if you go to financial data, then the Canada financial data, and the two things that it's going to detect if anyone is trying to send is credit card number and Canada bank account number within the Canada financial data. If we go for suppose Australia financial data, so SWIFT code, Australia tax file number, Australia bank account number, because they have that format, specific format that they detect within the email, within the Teams chat, within the MS Word, Excel document. So they detect that, and then they give a message that, hey, you're about to share this with someone outside of your organization or someone inside your organization, and we are either you can say that we are auditing you, or or just simply block right away. So there are two ways. Okay, so last time what we were discussing was this, and yeah. Now I have created that policy already, but let me just go through then this. So suppose we are in Canada, so we have selected the Canada financial data. I'm just going to click next, and yeah, Canada financial data next, and then there is assign admin units. So what unit admin unit just means that suppose you want to assign certain number of people to certain number of resources. So that is an admin unit. And I'm going to be going ahead with the next here. And so what we are doing is we are doing DLP or data loss prevention. Data loss prevention is that we want to not let any critical information, any important information leaked outside of our organization, or even suppose we work in the same company, right? Suppose we work in the same company and you're sending me bank account number of the company. So even that could be either audited, or that could be totally blocked. So that is data loss prevention of leak of any important information from your company, even within your company between two employees. So anyway, so it says that choose locations to apply the policy. Do you want to apply this data loss prevention policy where you cannot share bank information, Canadian bank information, right, or Canadian credit information with each other? So where do you want to apply this policy? In Exchange server. So in the email, if you're putting bank information or credit card information, then it will detect it, and it will either you put it to audit mode, that okay, let this person share the credit card number or bank account information, but we are auditing this, so it will be in the log files that this guy at that time shared this information with this other guy, or you can block it, right? So in Exchange, in emails, in SharePoint sites, if you upload something in the SharePoint site that is banking information, Canadian banking information, obviously it's gonna audit that or block it. OneDrive accounts, if you put something, it's gonna tell you, hey, you're from OneDrive accounts. If you're sharing, it's all about sharing with either your employee in the organization or outside the organization. So when suppose it's just sitting there, it's not gonna really block you at that time, obviously. When you start sharing with others, so according to the policy, it's gonna tell you or block you, audit you or block you, right? So Teams and chat channels, Microsoft Defender for cloud apps, on-premises repositories. So anyway, these are the major areas: Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, and Teams. These four are the main areas, obviously, where the data is. And from these areas, you can share with anyone else, right? So it says that, okay, we're going to be keeping an eye on who's sharing Canadian financial data with who on all these applications. But you can uncheck them as well. Okay, let them share in email, let them, or uncheck this, let them share in. So either you don't let them share, why would you let them share? Okay, anyway. So next, yeah. So Power BI, this is just automation. Through automation also it could be shared with others. Now review and customize default settings from the template credit card number. Now this was covered in last video. I'm just going to go ahead and with people outside, this is the setting. Do you want to audit or block sharing of Canadian financial data or any other critical information outside if somebody is sharing with anyone else? Then you want to audit or block it, or someone is sharing within the organization. So there is either this or that you can choose. But does that mean if you choose that, hey, anyone sharing financial information between each other within the organization, so does that mean that if somebody's sharing outside, they won't detect that? So if we select this option, so the policy that we created in last class was this, that we selected within the organization because I wanted to put to check this right away. Suppose I put a Canadian credit card number in the email and send it to another administrator. Will that policy work? So that's why I put only with people inside my organization. But the DLP in my organization, we will be implementing that soon. As a project, we're going to be starting that. So obviously, we would not want anyone to share critical information outside of our organization. That is preferred option, but some companies do prefer. So create one policy with this, create another policy with this, right? Oops. Guys, audio is clear. Uh, Audio is clear. Malik is saying audio is not very clear. Mic may be far. Sometimes not clear. Okay. Okay, I'll be near the mic. Actually, it's just a laptop mic I'm using. So now I am not headphone quality. Oh, okay. Ouch. I'm near. Is it okay now? Tasting 1, 2, 3. Tasting. It's testing. I know. But tasting because it's morning time here and it's the breakfast time. So no, it's same. Oh, okay. Man, this laptop. I exchanged it for in the company because it had 32 GB RAM, but it was somebody else's laptop that was used and he returned it. So I should not go for ever go for old laptops. Okay. Oh hey, Malik, can you increase the volume of the headset as well as the laptop or desktop? So from Windows from Windows. Oh, you already did. Hmm. Okay. Ouch. I do have to get a headset. For, can I use a headset right away and let you because I have a headset right nearby. Search it somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I'll just get the headset right away and hopefully it is that. Oh, uh, I have connected. You're not headset microphone Logitech as your microphone device. Guys, are you able to hear me? It is clear now. Oh, it's good? Ah, okay. Yeah, thank you for realizing that and letting me know. So I'm just gonna check that. Is it all getting recorded as well? Start video, apply everything. Yeah, actually, if you are able to hear through WebEx, so yes, it should be in the recording. More clear than ever. Oh, okay. Oh, Canada. Okay, no. So, yeah, Jamin was saying it's very clear, so I thought, why don't I just start singing Oh, Canada? So, yeah. Well, okay, I didn't know that. I'll check that when, recording is finished. So, okay, yes, sir. Malik says always use headsets, and I am going to use that from now on. All right, guys, so let's get going. Okay, so yeah, thanks for letting me know, and now we're clearer. So let's go ahead, and this is we were talking about DLP, and you're back to the channel after these messages. So yeah, we were on this setting where only with people inside. This is what I selected in last class. If I go next, then there are different types of protections here that we can use. But we had already created this policy last class, so I'm not going to actually, take it till finish, or I'm not going to implement that because the same policy we already implemented last time, and I need to actually test it now. But when content matches the policy conditions, show policy tips to users and then send them email. So suppose somebody is sending a Canadian bank financial information, then if that person is caught sending
credit card number in email, Teams, OneDrive, SharePoint, then what do you want to do? So it will show policy tips, which means that on the top of the application, whichever application you're using to share credit card number or banking account information. So do you want to that person to show policy tips that, hey, you are in breach of um, you know you are in breach of the company policies. Please do not share the CC or credit card information. So maybe this policy tips comes with my sound effect as well, or mimic or whatever. So anyway, the thing is that show policy tips is one thing, that you're about to share something, they're going to show up policy tips that you're in breach of the company policy, right? That kind of message will come. Detect when a specific amount of sensitive info is being shared at one time. So one more thing about this is that at least, this is strange. Suppose somebody is okay. Somebody is sharing sending and sharing. Sending, I just said that. Okay, so suppose somebody is sharing this credit card information 10 times, then only detect it and warn that person. Are you kidding me? Like, who would use credit card information? Okay, when it reaches 10 times, then do that. So let's say to one time. Somebody shares banking information even one time, should be informed with policy tips or should be restricted, like blocked right away and investigated. Why are you in breach of company policy of sharing banking account information, right? So, but this is ridiculous that if it's 10 times somebody do that, then detect it. So don't go for default configurations by Microsoft. Sometimes they are unacceptable for the company, that it should be much stricter than that, right? So then send alerts if any of the DLP rule matches. Yes, you will be alerted that somebody is trying to share banking information outside of your organization or between your employees, company employees. Okay. Now, these are the rules that we will be trying to implement. That I'm going to put a fake Canadian credit card in an email, and then I'm going to try to share that information with another employee in this company's, Microsoft 365, uh, some other users' email, right? And I'll check that if the policy tips appears or not, that you're in breach of, or something like that. You're in breach of the. We can also customize this, customize the tip and email that, you're in breach of the company policy, and we are either auditing you or we will block you. Anything you want to say here. So you can do in the customize the tip. Okay, so I have selected this one as well in the policy that this same policy that we created in last class. So I'm just refreshing all these options. Then there is restrict access or encrypt the content in Microsoft 365. So we had selected that. Block users from receiving email or accessing SharePoint, OneDrive, and Teams files, because users obviously will be blocked. And this is something that in a company, people may or may not be ready for this, and they, even the managers and senior managers, right, they might even protest, right? So the thing is that they would, if they protest, then it's better to first spread an awareness, right? Tell them by emails, and then even if they are still sharing, audit them first. Don't block them right away. First audit them, and they will see the audit message while they're sharing credit card information or Canadian bank account information. So they will be at least seeing the message. And then in that message also mention that we are auditing for few weeks or months. After that, we will be blocking users. So all the company users will know this outright right away. Like, okay, if I do that again, they will actually block me. So spread awareness and don't implement this right away company wide. right? So anyway, I'm not implementing all that because I'm not going to finish this. I'm going to cancel out from here because we have implemented this policy in last class and we were supposed to test it in this class. So restrict third-party apps. There's also option like this box G Suite. Excuse me. Use one of the automatic actions provided by Microsoft Defender for cloud apps. This is a very, very good suite of security tools. Microsoft Defender for cloud apps, amazing. So it will, through this, if you're using send policy messages to the file owner, remove external users, trash file, remove this direct. So it's going to, if you're sharing this from Box or G Suite or Cisco WebEx or Dropbox and Salesforce, suppose your company purchased any of these applications and your users are using that, and from those applications, you're sharing information to anyone else, which is, sensitive data. So they can block even third party as well. So this is pretty cool. And restrict access or remove on-premises files. So suppose user shared the file and then user is trying to access, user shared the file and then later user was blocked and then user is trying to access again. Excuse me. Oops, I should separate the, you know, mic because then would be too high. Okay, so next time user will be blocked from accessing any of the applications if user has breached the policy, right? So this is that. So you want to go really strict, you can do this. I'm going to uncheck that because I think I implemented the above one, restrict access. Actually, that's the same thing. This one, just simply restrict the access of the user, right? If he or she breaches the uh, policy and shares financial information with someone else. Okay, so these are the restrictions. Like before it was policy tip, but this is what you are going for. That suppose somebody is continuously doing that, right? And ignoring the policy tips as well. So then obviously policy tips and auditing will tell you that this person, even though it was a warning before and we were auditing it and we were warning that person as well, but that person just kept on breaching the company policy. So then you can enable this. And then next time when the person breaches the policy, definitely he or she will be restricted. And then they will realize that, oh, they were doing a mistake. So the DLP is very, very sensitive and DLP is very strong. Uh, Data loss prevention, DLP, right? So these are all the options that we were exploring. And we were at this stage. And let's go for policy mode as well. I'm just going to click next here. So test it out. You can test it out first. Better to test it out. Turn it on. Excuse me. So you'll be able to review alerts to assess the policy's impact. Any restrictions you configured won't be enforced. Any restrictions you configured won't be enforced. That's the thing. So test will be conducted, and actually users will not be blocked. But here, turn it on right away. Users will be blocked right away. Then or keep it off. So configure it, but keep it off for now and turn it on later. So this is the third option. We're gonna stick to in the policy last week that we configured. I put it to turn it on right away, right? So that's what we will be doing. So I'm just gonna click cancel here because we have configured this policy and I was just doing a refresher by taking you through the policy again. So this is the Canada financial data that we configured. Also, it is in the order 0, 1, 2. So can we move to top? I'm just gonna move to top that um, first process this policy, this DLP policy, then go for any other. Those are others are default ones from Microsoft as a sample with certain restrictions, but this is our ones. So I'm just gonna move it to top. Move to top, I said. Oh, okay. Refresh. Where's Canada financial data is still on two. Are you kidding me? I said move to top, right? Assign priority. Okay, I'll assign priority. First implement my policy. That's what I'm saying. Oh, it says, hey, somebody's on that other policy. Ah, there you go. Anyway, yeah, I thought yeah, it should be automatically moving it. It moved the other policies automatically to 1 and 2, and my policy, DLP policy, is the first one now, right? So now I'm just gonna go ahead and try to test it. And remember, well, yeah, it's been 1 week extra. So how can we test it? What we need to do is that I'm opening the most advanced application of all times, uh, MS Paint. So here, how we're going to test that, I'm going to email, Amir from my account. Amir, oh no, I don't want to block my account. So I'm going to email from uh, Justin Bieber account, right? We have created that Justin Bieber account before, right? So email Justin Bieber. So from this to Amer admin. In the email, mention a Canadian credit card number. Any one of you can give me your credit card number right now. Uh, so I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna use fake credit card number. Canadian credit card number. In the email, mention credit card number and check if there is a policy tip showing a warning about sharing sensitive information and that we are in breach of the company's DLP policy, right? So uh, I'm going to open another account. I'm going to open the Outlook of Justin Bieber. This is a user that we created. And this user in this user, we're going to create a new email. In this new email, we're going to put fake credit card number, Canadian credit card number. And then we're going to try to send it to my account with which I'm logged in right now here, right? So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to check that. Oops, yeah, font size. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and email Justin Bieber to from Justin Bieber to Amir admin. Okay. And I'm going to put some fake credit card information. So where do I get the fake credit card? Obviously, I'm going to ask one of you to voluntarily share your credit card information with me. For me, it will be fake. For you, it will be real. Okay, just kidding. So anyway, I'm just gonna. There's a website for developers when those developers are creating financial applications, so they need some fake credit card numbers. So there's a website. There are multiple websites that create uh, Canadian credit card numbers with the actual format. Okay, so anyway, this is what we're gonna do, and let us do that. I'll just put it here in the slide, and okay, there's no suggestion. All right, now let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the Firefox here, and so I'll go here. I'll go to the 9 dots here in M365. I'll go for Outlook. This is my currently logged in user. This is Amir admin user that I'm logged in from. Yeah, Amir admin, right? Now I need to open Firefox in private. Okay, I'll open that from here. And this is a new private window, right? And the benefit of that is that I can open any other account as well. So I'll open Outlook for mail. I'm sure that no. Okay. I'll just go for portal.office.com and I'll log in from another user. Okay. So I'll log in from another user, and that is, oh, it's I think in that notepad I have put J Bieber as a username and password. Update available. Current not no right now. And Control C. I took the username and I'm putting it here. Justin Bieber username, because I want to send fake credit card information from here, from this account to my account, and see if the DLP policy that we implemented last week will show something, will show some warning, show some policy tip. So I'm trying to log in now, J Bieber. And okay, so I'm connected with the JBeaver account, and it says that you want to go for MFA. Obviously, in a production environment, it's a very good idea. But right now, I'll just and do you want to stay signed in? Yes, I want to stay signed in, and I'm skipping MFA for now, multi-factor authentication. And now I'm logged in from Justin Bieber Outlook, and I'll go for JBeaver next. Oh, it's asking again for multi-factor authentication. I'm skipping that. And now the email opens. Now from this email, I'm expecting that DLP policy has been implemented already. Data loss prevention policy has been implemented already last week. So if I go here, so here is the Canada financial data loss policy, which is already implemented. In fact, when I click that, it should show all this here, what we implemented. And while it is opening, I'll go Alt Tab and go back to this. Test DLP. So I did, hey, did we actually do this lab before? You're just didn't. No, that's Viva. Okay. So I'll go for. Oh, we did test a lot of DLPs here. Um, hey, it actually worked. Why did I go through all this again? Because see, um, I just wanted to show you the credit card information. Yeah, there you go. So there's credit card information, and this is not my credit card. This is fake credit card, but try to purchase a Lamborghini from here, from this one. Maybe it works. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'll. This means the policy is implemented. So I'm just going to just show again because it's been a long time. So new email, and I'm sending it to someone inside my organization. And this is credit card number, uh, my credit card number, from which you can purchase PS10. Okay, PlayStation 10 did not arrive yet, but anyway, and this is the credit card information. Um, oh, okay, so there's a work hours policy tip is still there, but I'm putting a credit card information number. I'm just gonna click send now. I don't see any policy tip showing till now. Credit card number is there. So, but as soon as I send that, because the policy is already implemented organization wide, I'm going to click send now. and go up. Today is the last email was Monday. Oh. I get 6 emails. Wow. Okay. The policy is implemented. DLP policy is implemented. My credit card number. So your email message conflicts with the policy in your organization. Yay. Okay. Message is sent to people within your organization. Yes, this is what I implemented. And message contains the following sensitive information. Credit card number. Oh, wow. Okay. It caught me. And this is the preview, like what was inside the policy. Yes, the credit card number. Okay. Yeah. And yes, so yeah, that's a lot of emails. You shared content that contains one or more credit card numbers with people outside your organization. Actually, it was inside the organization. Consider removing the numbers or make sure it's okay that everyone you're sharing with can view them. So yeah, there are so many warning emails that come against one email breaching company policy. So it works perfectly. Yeah. So that's what that's how DLP works. And okay, so there's a chat comment by Jamin. Sir, how about if we send credit card info in a Word or PDF or text file? Will that policy trigger? Yes, it should. So I'm gonna go to, okay, this is still J Bieber account, right? Okay, yeah, JBeaver, right? So if I go to my SharePoint, this is SharePoint because Word, Excel, oh yeah, you can even open Word because directly in MS Word you can also share. There's a share button in MS Word as well. So suppose I put credit card from first, I'll open Microsoft Word file. So new Word file. Yeah, blank document. I'm going to open a MS Word blank document. Oh, Firefox pop-up. Okay, then I'm putting credit card information here. Things using Office. We've made some updates. Yeah, whatever. That's not the policy action. And I paste the same credit card information. Control V. Oh, you're not. Okay, Control V. And this is the credit card information. I'll just put remove some spaces. I don't know. Okay, so this credit card information is there now, and it is automatically saved in cloud. That's a good thing. It automatically saves, and then I'm gonna share it. There's a share button here. So I'm gonna speak your mind. That dictates. Okay, I can dictate that to share. I'll go for share and share with who? Okay, anyone actually I can share, but this Ahmed admin account I'm logged in from, so I will even see the result of whatever I'm doing. So I'm going to share that send from MS Word. So I'm logged in from my other account as well. And we're logged in from Bieber's account. Oh, there are some new emails. 1051, yeah, 1051. And it says what? You get forward to another email address. Your message delivered because the recipient's email provider rejected it. Organization does not allow external forwarding. Oh yeah, that's external forwarding. So there, yeah, there. This is another one. Oh, there's a notification for document as well. Remember that I just shared sensitive information, credit card information from MS Word to Amir admin. So this is Justin Bieber, JB, right? So he tried to share credit card information, and now there's an email for that too. And that email is, you shared content that contains one or more credit card numbers with people outside your organization. Consider removing the numbers. So yeah, I mean, there is that restriction already that, hey, don't do this. Why are you doing this, right? So even you shared with document, it will prevent you. So anyway else you want to share, it's going to prevent you. So for these information, Outlook, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Yeah, it's the full MS Office and SharePoint. So if I go to SharePoint, this is Justin Bieber's SharePoint, and SharePoint. Okay, after this is either SharePoint or Teams after Exchange. So we're going to explore SharePoint features, then we're going to explore Teams features and Admin Center specifically. Okay, go, 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 go. And no, I don't want MFA for now, but in production environment, we must have M, F, and A. So SharePoint, there's another email now. Justin Bieber. So your email couldn't be forwarded. I think that's the auto forwarding that I enabled, external forwarding. Okay. Yeah, that was another thing that we were doing. So it's that message that, hey, you cannot do external forwarding. Okay, I'm in SharePoint of JB, right? That user on whom actually the policies and DLP policies implemented across the organization, right? So that user, oh, that user doesn't even have a site. Okay, that user creates a site. Oh, that's a long one. Um, um, my site. Okay, suppose all employees are supposed to create a site and upload their what projects they're working on, suppose, right? And what they're busy with or their accomplishments in the company. So suppose just he created one site here, and then there's a documents here in the SharePoint. Now from within SharePoint, obviously I need to upload something to um, to documents. Downloads, data lifecycle management. And suppose this document was uploaded in SharePoint now. The SharePoint also has the DLP policy implemented. So there's sharing option in the SharePoint for any, obviously in SharePoint, what you share, any file, any Word, Excel, PowerPoint file, right? Anything, picture, whatever. And you're sharing from there. Whenever you're sharing, the thing is that has to go through email as well. So the policy, DLP policy is implemented everywhere, but you can actually put a copy link as well and put it to Teams and put it to email. As soon as you email, DLP is there anyway. So send sharing information goes through email to let the other user know, right? Oops. Oh, it doesn't have a, it's gonna work. Why? It doesn't have a credit card information. Okay, yikes. I have to put credit card information first, right? Data life cycle. So suppose there was a lot of data here, and then I put here credit card information. If it allows, oh, come on. Credit card information, Control C, SharePoint. Where's that? Okay, I'll have to open it because it's behind this. Come on, come on, come on. And I put it there. It's just loading, I guess. Loading, loading, loading. Why is it not? Do I have to enable editing here? Why is it not taking it? Okay, oh, there's no other worksheet. I think it's not letting editing. Okay, there is editing. So open in desktop. I will open it in desktop, but yeah, I did. So it's an Excel document that is in SharePoint, and I'm testing DLP policies here as well. DLP policy has worked so far in email. It worked in sharing Word document across. Oh man. Uh, so that's a long one, but you can see that Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whenever you share, it does. Uh, Turn on yourself again. No, continue in browser. Why is it not letting me do that? Anything? Oh, there you go. I did work. When I started talking here. Good morning, Sal. Okay. Edit workbook. I have clicked that, and maybe I have to email this Excel file that I clicked you seriously. Okay. This is, I'll refresh that and hopefully so I'll click somewhere and try to type something now. Edit workbook. Oh, now it's a convert. Should have converted it. Oh, now I can type something. Okay. Credit card information here. Amex, copy, convert. Okay. Yeah, I can type something, but it's not copying the credit card information somehow. Um, yeah, it's typing now. The credit card information. Yep.
Sorry, Mayor,
And
I missed a little bit here. What are you guys doing?
yeah, it's DLP.
Oh,
We're testing.
okay, okay. Yeah, I remember
So we're
that.
just putting credit card information. Yeah, but last class we did implement the DLP.
That's right.
So we're just continuing it.
Yeah, yeah. I helped with that issue last time, I remember.
Yeah. No, it's working fine.
Oh, it's working?
In
Okay.
email, it worked fine. And with sharing, now I'm just testing SharePoint.
Fair enough.
Yeah, share. And this is a fake credit card information, but you can still try to buy Lamborghini from this credit card. So here and send. Obviously, when you're sharing, there are two ways you can share from. As I said, it's a copy link, and then you have to put it on Teams or anywhere else. But yes, it does do that. DLP does block it from email. Sharing is through email. The message goes. So yes, it's gonna block. One more thing I can try is that Justin Bieber. So I'm just gonna copy this, and then this user is using Teams now. So where's Teams? Here's Teams, right? And in Teams, he's going to share credit card information with me in my Teams. So this is his Teams opening. I'm going to open my Teams as well, which is I'm going to go to my account here. This is the Ahmed admin. This is the admin account, right? This is the admin account. So I'm opening my Teams here as well. So we had implemented DLP or data loss prevention in Teams as well. It's working fine on email. It has prevented that. So this is my Teams. So from Teams, we can chat with each other, right? So this is browser-based Teams, but the policy implements on browser-based or desktop-based. And this is the Teams is opening for me, and I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, I'll just wait for it to open because DLP must implement on SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, and email. So we tested majority of the places. This is another way to test. Like if you put just a copy link, this time you're not clicking the share button because share has to go through email. And email, it already works on, right? Okay. And so my Teams has opened. I'm going to go to Jay Bieber and his, okay, allow. His Teams should also open. And then I'm going to copy the credit card information in the chat. So let's see if the policy, DLP policy, data loss prevention policy works here as well. It requires a password to enter team. We already have that in our Notepad++. Sign in. Yes, stay signed in within Teams as well. And what we're expecting is if I put credit card and fake credit card information in, this is credit card information in chat, then it should also be blocked. Should. Oh man, where's Teams? How can I get rid of this WebEx? Or is it share something else? No. Okay, I'll just make the browser smaller. And oh, it still asks for MFA for Teams as well. Oh, come on. Okay, finally. Or not. So teams.microsoft.com. So first time when it opens, it does take time. Okay, there you go. So I'm just gonna start chatting with Ahmed admin. Desktop notifications. Okay, where's our Ahmed? The admin. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So that's you, but this is the admin. Hey, guess what? I am sharing my credit card info. Okay, so this chat I am doing with Ahmed. So if I go back to this, the actual, yeah, Jay Weaver contacted me on Teams, right? And he said, guess what? Hearing my credit card info. It's I was gonna say sharing. So I'm gonna go back here, and now I'm gonna type credit card info, and it's in chat now. And how? Oh, there you go. This message was flagged. DLP works. Okay, why did it flag? And did it reach me, first of all, in the chat? If I got the credit card information, right? So yes, it did reach me, but this is my chat now, right? Armor. This is my chat, Armor Chala. So if I go there, and this is JB, Justin Bieber, right? J Bieber. So yes, it was flagged. This is good. And what can I do? And it says, oh, there you go. Your message was flagged due to organization policy, credit card number. This item is protected by a policy in organization. Here's what you can do. If you think the message was flagged in error, report it to your admin. Reporting won't unflag the message. So this is in the log files forever that you have shared, you've breached company policy and shared some sensitive information with another person in the organization. And you can report. The report will be reporting that reporting is the feature that the user is reporting to admin that, hey, why did it get flagged? I mean, this is perfectly legit. This is what we were trying to share. So anyway, hey, in our organization, we haven't implemented DLP, but when I have to purchase anything, I contact financial teams. Finance team has a credit card information. So if we are in office, they come to my desk and then they put the credit card information there. The financial guy, so one guy from financial team, right? But so suppose I'm at home and he's also at home. We only go just like many other companies, we only go 2 days a week to office. So when we're home, then they connect, the financial guy connects on Teams, and then I share my screen, and then he or she puts the credit card information there. Although I'm watching it, but obviously it's just me and that person, and Teams chat is always encrypted, so it's pretty safe to put information. But nobody shares credit card information in our company, although DLP is not implemented. But nobody shares. Well, I can't say for email or anyone else, but when we are doing transaction when we are asking financial team to put that information so I could purchase a software for the company, then the person that connects remotely and put credit card number to the actual website purchase page directly. They don't share information like that. So if somebody's doing that, DLP will catch, right? So that's pretty good. So that's excellent. We tested it in pretty much everywhere. You cannot share information. You cannot use copy link information as well, right? Just paste it there. You won't be able to do that, or you will be caught if you're doing that. That's the thing. Okay. So you will be on records, and this could really cost you your job or even more. If it's more sensitive information, they could also put a case on you and police could actually get you, arrest you as well for that. If it's too sensitive information you shared with someone. So yeah, it's a permanent record on the government files and company files, and this information gets shared with recruiters as well, and other companies know then that this guy we cannot hire because he or she tried to share some sensitive information outside, because that's really very bad. Okay, so we were talking about, I'm back to Exchange Admin Center, and I was refreshing this very critical feature, data loss prevention. In fact, in near future, we're going to be implementing that in my company, data loss prevention. But under the data loss prevention in Microsoft Cloud Defender, there are many other tools as well. But anyway, we talked about the exact data loss prevention, and it is living inside compliance.microsoft.com, compliance management. So you go there for your company and implement that. Then we will go for retention policies here. The retention policies used to live in Exchange Admin Center. Now they live in here, right? Compliance.microsoft.com. So you have to go there. Now, what are retention policies and retention tags? Let's go for that. If I go to compliance policy for retention, I'm going to click that link. Oh, legacy exchange. Okay. So they're still kind of moving, right? Okay, so Sal shared a link in the chat, data loss prevention, DLP communication, compliance policy. I'll just click that. So there you go. And it's a good read. We can share it in.
Yeah, I'll do that.
In WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, I'll do that. But quick question. I don't know why it just flags it and not delete the message. It should also delete the message and remove it.
Yeah, it flagged it because I think I put it on audit.
Yeah, I know, but it should remove it too, because it shouldn't be showing anything.
Yeah, it should remove.
I wonder why it's not.
Yeah, then I think I have to talk to Microsoft as well. That why didn't it remove as a design?
We could do that. I could set up a ticket for that.
Yeah. So Microsoft should be. So we were able to put in Teams, but it went away. But when we were putting it in email, it didn't let it go to the other email. But in Teams, yes, it let it go. That's wrong. You're right.
Yeah, we should be. You know what? I'm going to create a ticket for that.
Exactly. That's nice, man. That's good. And that's a good good read there, shared by Sal. So I'm just gonna share. Oh, there you go. Sal has already shared in the WhatsApp. Thank you. So I'm just gonna put it in my here as well. And yeah, how to get the fake Canadian credit card? I put it in the email. I already put it the last time in the chat, but test fake credit card information. So I'll put it again for today. There's a user who has raised his hand.
That was me.
Oh, how come you're coming as unknown?
I don't know. It's the way I set it up.
Okay.
I can change it.
Oh, so it's scary, man.
I'm unknown.
Unknown. Okay. So that's great. And fake number you can get from here, guys. Obviously, you must try it yourself. Just seeing it, oh, I will be able to do it. No way. When you start doing it, there will be so many things. I mean, errors start coming up from nowhere, right? So that's why my suggestion is do it. Do try this at home, right? Oh, you are at home, but do try this, right? That gives you the confidence. Okay, let's go ahead. And what I did not try was the third thing, which makes it very long. We already tested it; it works fine. Third thing is within Dropbox, they're claiming that they will also prevent it from being shared in Dropbox or some third-party applications. Also, they claimed. So yeah, you can test that because there's so many possibilities for DLP, right? Then there is retention policies and tags. So retention policies and tags is that you want to retain emails for how long? So how long do you want to retain old emails? Also, in which Outlook folder you want to retain emails for how long? Okay, again, how long comes, but which folder? Oh, what's an Outlook folder? So if we go back here and we see this Outlook, oh yeah, that's my that's not Firefox, that's Edge. So if I go to my Outlook, so these are the folders: inbox, sent items, drafts, deleted items, right? Archive, and all the other ones, journal, junk mail, outbox. So you can also put a policy that how long do you want to retain emails, suppose in sent items and especially in deleted items. So maybe you want to retain here longer than the required time, or you want to retain it lesser, maybe 30 days, automatically format everything, maybe that policy you put there. So let's explore all the policies. And in the Outlook, so when I was in Scotiabank, there the policy was that our emails in Outlook would be retained for 1 year, and then they will be archived automatically. And there was an archive button showing in our Outlook. And when we click archive, it would just take us to third party. There was a third party archive application for long-term storage of or saving for a long time, maybe 10 years, all the older emails, older than 1 year emails would be saved in a third-party archive storage, and there would be one archive button. When we click that button, when we used to click that button, it would just open that third-party app, and then we would go and search our much older emails there. The benefit of archiving was that this particular mailbox would not be filled up with all the older emails, maybe 50 GB, maybe 80 GB, 100 GB, right? So that's why if you archive stores it somewhere else or other than this mailbox. It's not saved then in this particular Outlook mailbox. If it's a heavy mailbox, maybe 50 GB emails are there. There are so many emails with attachments and big files are there. So the whole mailbox size is very big. When I say mailbox, so yeah, there you go. Mailboxes are here, right? And when you go to mailboxes, so Adele mailbox. So there is, if I click that Adele mailbox here, okay, I'll click Alex mail. Okay, it is reloading.
Amir, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you go to the message, the flag message? I'm gonna put that in the chat. I just set up a service request for them, so at the end of the day, at least that way they know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's all I need. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. This is the message that came, and the flagging is in the back. I hope
Just a
they
test.
will be able to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a test.
Okay, so leave that there for a second. Sorry, my apologies.
So this is one screenshot, and then where do I put it? In WhatsApp?
Yeah, can you just put it in like a Word template or Word doc?
Oh, Word template. Okay.
Yeah.
Word template and email you?
Yeah, email me. Yeah. So I can Word template. But you don't have to put your name in it. Just edit it without the name.
Okay, that's a long one. Shall I put it in Outlook in the WebEx chat, and you can copy there and put it in Word template?
Yeah, I'm actually, you know what, I'm trying to do that now. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Yeah, I can do that.
Because there's other topics we're discussing now.
Yeah. Just do that quickly. I'll set up the service request right away. At least that way we'll figure it out.
Oh man. Okay. Where am I?
Yeah.
Oh, the picture you need, right?
Yeah, just the picture. Sorry.
So I put it on WhatsApp already.
You did? Okay. All right, perfect. So that's all I gotta give them?
Okay. Yeah, that's the picture.
Oh, without your name in it.
It has?
Yeah. Yeah, so remove your name in the flag. So
yeah, it's Jay Bieber's name, right?
No, on Teams. yeah, in Teams, right? Go back to your message with that error, and then remove your name.
Hey, there was a flag here. Where's that
No,
flag
it
now?
was flagged on your end. It wasn't flagged on his end because he was sending the info.
Actually, it was flagged on his. Yeah, there it is. See,
Yeah.
this is Justin
Yes.
Bieber here.
So take out the Namir.
Oh, that is the
Yes.
credit card information.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it was a fake one that we used. So I'll just let him know it was for trade. Anyway, just
Yeah, it's a fake name, man. Even
Oh.
if it's Ahmed, there are 20 billion Ahmeds, not billion, but thousands of Ahmeds across the planet. I mean, this is a very common name.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to make it as quick as easy as possible. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. All right.
All good. All good.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Okay. So let's quickly go to what we were saying. Oh, what happened to? Oh, okay. It's on the other side. WhatsApp is stuck now. Okay. Let's just carry on. Yeah. Okay. So here, what were we talking about? Yeah, it was this. So what I was saying was that we had an archive solution and mailbox size I wanted to show. Mailboxes are here and you can see the size here, right? Mailbox usage 3.35 MB, 99 GB. So if you have E3 and E5 licenses, then the mailbox size is 100 GB, right? So E1 license, it would be 50 GB mailbox. But if this mailbox is full, suppose it's 80 GB right now, so even loading it on in a browser would take time. Even loading it in the desktop would take time for all the emails to load if it's pretty heavy. So archiving some older emails to separate storage other than the mailbox and just giving a link of that storage in Outlook would be a best solution to quickly load the Outlook mailbox, right? So that's what I was talking about. And if we go back here to Exchange Legacy, where it now has MRM retention policies and retention tags, message record management, MRM. But retention, now they haven't really moved them yet to, that's why it says legacy here. But what is that retention policies and tags? I'm going to go to tags first, actually, because first you have to create tags. But what are retention tags? Retention tags, you can create one tag saying that, now that's what I wanted to show you. 1 month delete. Delete in 1 month, what? All the emails, obviously. From where? Personal. What is personal? Personal folder. So if I go for Outlook and I create here in folders, my own folder, right? Suppose I go for a personal folder here in inbox and right click here and empty folder. Oops. Seriously. This empty folder means delete everything. New folder. What was I doing? Okay, it's in folders. Create new folder. Okay. And this okay, all emails from boss, right? Not boost. Okay, boss. And then, so all emails from boss, right? Now, then I would put a rule there that whatever emails are coming from a boss, automatically move it to all emails from boss, right? So that those all emails from boss is a personal folder, and the policy says here one delete. I would not do that. It's my personal folder, and obviously, if I create a personal folder, it would have important information. So why would I delete it, right? So that's why you have to create policies. It's not enabled, but delete is there. 1 week delete, personal. 1 year delete, personal. And 5 year delete, personal. So from personal folder, do you want to implement any of these policies? 6 month delete, personal. Then there is default to your move to archive default. Default is the whole Outlook mailbox, all the emails, right? Everything in every folder, all the emails in every folder. So when we say every folder, these are all the folders. Other than inbox, there are other folders as well, right? So it says here, default 2 year, after 2 year, move to archive. So you should have an archive solution. The E5 licensed Outlook account has an archive solution as well. But after 2 years, so 2-year-old emails will all move to archive, which means they will no longer be in your mailbox, but there will be a way to go back to those emails as well, right? Then there is deleted items. So the policy here is within 30 days, delete everything from deleted items. So some users might not like that. So, some users were actually doing this, and they were so ill-informed users that they thought that if they save an email, they wanted to save the email for later retrieval, so they started putting it in deleted items. They thought that deleted items is like a folder that will keep the emails there. But some of the users did not realize that no, so the deleted items also gets emptied automatically, right? Uh, so that was like amazingly, naive to put in the deleted items. It's like a dustbin. So dustbin, we do, empty that too. Okay. And then junk mail. Junk mail is 30 days. Whatever comes, yeah, that is something, and you should keep an eye on junk mail. Many times, I saw my important emails in junk mail, and well, that's my Gmail. But Microsoft 365 email or the junk mail or spam is, system is very, very professional and good. So it really works there perfectly, right? Okay. So there are messages there. Okay. Yeah, so let's carry on and never delete. So let's create 3 tags here, and then we're going to create a policy. Now, if you want to implement, suppose you want to implement, okay, all emails in my Outlook will go to archive in 2 years. I want to implement it on my mailbox, suppose, right? So you cannot attach a tag to a mailbox. You have to add the tag to a policy and attach that policy to a mailbox. So that's how it works. So I'll just put that one rule that you need to know about the tags and policies. Retention tags cannot be attached to the mailbox. Cannot be attached to the mailbox, but well, retention tags must be added to retention policies. And these policies get attached to retention tags, right? So first we have to select how many retention tags we want to attach to a policy, retention policy, and then that retention policy can be attached to these policies get attached. Oh, what did I just wrote there? To mailboxes. So a retention policy gets attached to a mailbox, right? So if I want to implement it on my mailbox, that after 30 days, my junk mail will be emptied. So I need to first create a retention tag. I need to attach that tag to a retention policy, and then retention policy has to be added to the mailbox. So in a diagram, it would look like this. Retention tags, they get added to retention policy, and they get added to mailbox. Right? So retention tag cannot be attached to a mailbox. It's only the retention policy which gets attached to the mailbox, right? So that's how it is in one diagram. So I'll put it there in WhatsApp and also in chat, right? So this diagram just explains the whole thing right away, and we are supposed to be, now let's just test it out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, okay, so ticket has been created by Sal in Microsoft. Thank you, Sal, for that. And let's go for, I'm going to create retention tag now. So I'm going to go for new tag, and I'm going to call it, so it depends on what I want to achieve from this, right? So I'll call it our default 1 year, move to archive. So what I'm saying is that after 1 year, so description, after 1 year, please move all the emails from all the folders, to archive. So that's what I'm saying here, right? So default is all the folders.
Are you doing anything? I don't see you moving. Are you writing something?
Yeah. What happened?
I just see the paint.
Oh, you see the paint? I think your internet is slow because I'm on Exchange Legacy right now, Microsoft Purview.
You're sharing the wrong screen.
Are you seeing?
I'm seeing
paintbrush still?
Yeah, I'm still seeing your paintbrush. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, go back.
So no, it's your internet is slow.
No, I'm not seeing Purview. I did see it for a second there, but you moved back. There we go.
Now you see Purview now?
Yeah, I do see. Yeah,
Okay.
I see Purview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what I was, now I'm creating a tag, and it's default 1 year move to archive, which is after 1 year, move all the emails from all the folders in my Outlook to archive. So that's what I'm saying here. I'm going to click next, and then automatically to entire mailbox. So implement automatically this policy to entire mailbox, which is called default, or automatically to default folder retention policy tags. So after a default policy tag, or DPT, applies retention settings to all items that do not have a retention tag applied, either inherited or explicit. So retention tag will apply when you create this retention tag, attach it to a retention policy, and then attach that retention policy to a mailbox. That's what we're doing here now. So first we're creating a retention tag right now. So we do not recommend using this option except for moving items from a primary to an archive mailbox. We recommend that you use retention policies in Microsoft 365 to apply a retention or deletion policy to an entire mailbox. Try it out. Okay, so that's the newer way of doing things. Obviously, I would always go for newer way, but if some company says that no, just implement it like that, and Microsoft will automatically migrate that later. So we can do it the legacy way. It does say legacy. When it say legacy, it's not, I would not really use that if there's a newer way already working and deployed by Microsoft, made it available for us, right? It says that, and so do that. So if I go try it out now, I'm going to click that. So the previous page is still open, but the new way is data lifecycle management. I think we came here before and we created labels. So there's retention policies here already. and instead of retention tag, so it says that we recommend that you use retention policies in Microsoft 365 to apply a retention or deletion policy to an entire mailbox. So what they're recommending here, let's do that. And instead of going the legacy way, because it's going to be gone real soon, and when you're about to try it, you won't find it there by this name. Then you will have to ultimately come here for the newer way because they're going to remove it fast. So why don't we just implement the newer way then? Okay, so I'm just going to go to data lifecycle management. I'm going to go for retention policy, which I did create there before, because we're talking about this now. So I'm just going to go ahead and name that retention policy. So, okay, test one retention policy, and Control A, Control C, Control V here. Next, I'll go there. Admin units is just that which user in which certain area needs to be implemented. If I don't select that, it's going to implement throughout the organization. So I'll just want this policy to be, and static and adaptive, we already talked about that. I'm going to go for static. And this is just saying that where do you want to apply this policy, but we haven't implemented. So I'm saying that apply it across everywhere, the policy. And that policy applied everywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna go next. Now it's asking the actual thing. Yeah.
Amir, sorry, I'm on the phone with Microsoft. Can you send me what the rule was?
What?
The rule that you applied,
Yeah.
the DLP rule. Can you send me that config?
The
section,
rule.
The
Oh,
DLP.
okay. Where's that rule? Other
Put it in the
features.
DLP. That's the
Data
one.
loss prevention.
That's the one.
And one day, Monday or Sunday, it's gonna open. And it's open, Canada Financial. So that's the rule.
That's it.
And it's opening. Edit policy, copy policy. Okay, no, that's not export. There you go.
Okay.
I'll export this. It is exported now in CSV.
And then send it to my WhatsApp message.
Okay. Oh, I just wanted to see if that will even make sense. Like the rule is giving enough details. I don't think it's giving enough details. It's just saying what policies, number of policies are there. But yeah, a screenshot because that's what
Yeah, let me
implemented.
just stay there for a second. Is that the one that we used? Hang on.
This is the one.
Yeah, okay.
Canada financial data. This is the one.
Yeah, give me
So
one
this is a
second.
screenshot for that. I'm sharing it in WhatsApp.
I
Okay.
got it already. All good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Well then, thank you. Thank you. All right. So here, Exchange, excuse me. What we were talking about is that legacy and yeah. So this is where we are in the retention tags. This is what you need to implement on across all the organization or some mailboxes. So retain items for a specific period. So financial data should be, for every employee, financial data should be saved for 7 years. That is the law. Start the retention period based on when items were created. Yes, 7 years from when the items were created. Count that. So today you send an email with an attachment. So it will stay there for 7 years. And then it will be permanently deleted. Then it says delete items automatically. Or you want to keep them forever, go for do nothing. They won't be deleted, they will be there forever. Or you can just straight go for retain items forever and only delete items when they reach a certain age. Then you can change it to 5 years or 4 years. You can just choose time. Actually, that you can do here as well. 5 years, actually there are options and then there's custom as well, right? 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. So that's what we are selecting, the default ones. And next, so this is kind of a straightforward policy here. And test 2 policy, right? So I'm just going to click here, submit. This is pretty straightforward. What do you want to keep and what you don't want to keep? And okay, so once the policy is implemented, I'm going to click done here. And this is a test one retention policy. But can I put that or attach this policy to an email box, right? So if I go to Exchange Admin Center and then I go to mailboxes here, where can I attach the retention policy? So if I go to Adele mailbox, so if I go to others, recipient limit, litigation hold, recover deleted items, group membership, custom attributes, manage automatic, convert to shared mailbox, manage mailbox archive. So there's the archive that you can enable, and manage mail tip. Nope, it's not there. Email forwarding, message size restrictions, message delivery restrictions, sharing policy. So I'll go here, retention policies here, this one. And I'm going for default MRM policy. Oops. So it's still picking up policy from the legacy one. So where do you see that MRM policy? If I go, this is a legacy one, right? The old one that we were trying. And if I cancel that and go to MRM policy, retention. So this is default MRM policy. If I go to the mailbox again, where's the mailbox? Oh, it was an admin center. So default MRM policy and default MRM policy. So this means that I have to actually create that. They were saying try it out. Hey, that's not fair. They're saying try it out. I tried it out the new way, but on the mailbox, they are implementing the old way, default MRM policy, right? That's weird, Microsoft. Okay, I have to go then the old way to implement the retention policy. Okay. So what I was doing was correct, because ultimately when I want to attach it to the mailbox, it is still sticking to the older way. Like seriously. Okay, so I'll quickly go for retention tags again, and my new tag. Um, uh, so yeah, what I was writing there, default 1-year archive. I'll just quickly do that. We already talked about that before, so I'll go for next. Automatically entire mailbox implemented on entire mailbox, or by users as well if you want to choose that. I'm going for entire mailbox. All emails in all folders in my mailbox should have this policy applied, right? That's what I'm saying. Next. And then when items reaches the following age in days, 365 days, right? So after 1 year, so 365 days here. What happens if it reaches retention? So when items reaches, these settings determine that what action is taken after specified period of time. To learn how retention age is calculated for different types of items, see how retention age works. When items reaches the following days, 365, then retention action. So this is retention period that you have to select. Then you have to select what do you want to do for this value, right? So move to archive. That's what I wanted to do. After 1 year, move all my emails in all my folders in my Outlook to archive, right? That's what I'm selecting here. So I'll click next. And this is my default 1 year archive. In fact, I'll just edit this and put here Amir, so I would know this is what I created. Next, 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 submit. So I've created one tag here, and that tag is by my name. So I'm gonna go for another tag. You can just create a lot of tags here. Deleted folders policy Amir. Okay, or just put any other name there. And Control A, Control C, Control V, next. And that is automatically to default folder. That is, yeah, so I'm gonna go for the second option now, which is I'm gonna select which folder here, right? So retention policy tags, RPTs, apply retention settings to default folders such as inbox, delete item. So any folder you can choose, which is the default folder. When we go there, yeah, in the mailbox. So these are the folders: sent items, drafts, deleted items, inbox. You want to put a policy of how long do you want to keep emails and how do you want to treat them. Any emails in deleted items, do you want to permanently delete them or do you want to archive them for some time and then permanently delete them? So everything, you can just create a policy for every folder here as well. I'm just going to go for this automatic to default folder, and I am choosing deleted items folder. And once I choose that, I'm going to click next here. And then what is the retention period and what is the action you want to take? So retention period is now 30 days by default for deleted items folder, right? Keep the emails for 30 days and then delete them. So different companies have different policies. Suppose I go for 90 days, right? That keep the deleted items for 90 days. And then what you want to do with them? Delete and allow recovery. Yes. For 90 days, they can still revert back. They can still check any missed email, any missing email, and go to the deleted items folder and still recover from there. Or after 90 days, you can permanently delete them as well. So delete and allow recovery is good for 90 days and click next. So that's my second tag that I'm creating and done. So now I have two tags here: deleted folders policy and default 1 year policy, right? You're having network connection issues. Are you able to hear me? Tasting. Anyone able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So yeah, here and I'm still having you're having network connection issues. Seriously. Anyway, hopefully it's okay. So now I'm gonna go for third tag here because there was another one, and that was for personal folder. So company personal folder policy, and I'll just need put at the end just to differentiate from others by name there, and next by users items folder. So the third one is this: personal tags are used by Outlook and Outlook web app users to apply retention settings to custom folders and individual items such as email messages, items in folders. So this is when you create your own personal folder, then so now maybe your company has 10,000 users and they are creating their own personal folders in their Outlook. So do you want to implement any policy there? So I'm going to click next here. And how long do you want to retain emails there in personal folders when items reaches the following day? A personal folder is something that maybe they have very important information there that you may not want to mess with, but you can archive them. Try not to delete them at least. When item reaches the following days after 2 years, so that would be, hey, how many days in 2 years? Just plus 65, right? Oh man, should have calculated it. That's internet is so 365 plus 730. I'm there. So yeah, okay. Anyway, let's go there. Legacy. So 730 days. So after 2 years of keeping the emails in the personal folders, then what do you want to do with that? Move item to archive. Maybe the users still, so remember that I created a personal folder called all emails from my boss. So obviously those are very important emails for me. So people tend to create personal folders when there are important emails there, right? So that's why you would want to go for that. Then I'm just going to click next and submit. So now I have 3 tags created here. Company personal folder policy, default 1-year archive policy, and deleted folders policy. Now I'm going to attach it to, this is a tag, sorry, these are the tags. 3 tags I've created. I haven't created a policy yet. Now I'm going to create a policy and I'm going to add the tags that I created now here into the policy. So I'm creating a policy because policy gets attached to mailbox. Yeah.
I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Hopefully you're still in defined retention settings because it looks like it just paused.
Well, I think your internet.
No.
Is it mine? So guys, anyone else can see the current screen? Anyone else is actually looking at it? You know, people tend to just stay quiet and they've gone away or they're seeing something else, but they're still logged in here.
Maybe just refresh it.
Well, the only other guy who was active was Jamin, but his internet got disconnected. So anyone else here right now? Wow, it's just me and Sal. Okay, I refreshed it.
Retention settings.
Who's that? Oh,
Hello, sir.
Abdul Basit. So
Yeah.
you're able to see my current screen?
Yeah, it's on the defined retention setting.
Yeah, see, same thing. When you're like, and it says one or more with your index finger. It says when items reach the following age and days. Do you see that too, Abdul?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, same thing.
What?
Yeah. That's why I don't want you to talk a little bit more because we're gonna miss out on what you were trying to say in the last in the last 4 minutes, because that's even the time looks paused. Yeah, there you go.
What?
It was
Okay, so
11:47.
11:47? I'm on 11:51 right now.
Yeah, that's 4 minutes of you talking, and we can understand what you're saying.
Oh, I'm in another dimension, this means.
Yeah.
Okay.
It paused.
How is it paused? Oh man,
Yeah.
there's some internet related thing going on. So yeah, recording is still going.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the
Definitely the
recording is
live
going.
guys are,
Yeah.
live guys are then
The
affected.
time is 1 minute less, like it's 11:50 showing and ours is 11:50.
11:50 there, and
Ours is 11:51.
Yeah, we're a minute. That's actually the real time. So 11:51. Yours says 11:50. Before it was showing 11:47. Yeah. Heads up, I have Microsoft calling me back later, so I think they're going to resolve it for us. Hey, Abdul. Hello?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, so he transferred the host to you so that the video can keep going. So it doesn't, I think he went to go reboot his machine.
Okay.
All right? Just to let you guys know. Like he just transferred it over. So you're the host basically, and then he just went to go reboot his machine.
Alright. Like, isn't it better to do this meeting on Teams? Like, it's better than this on Teams.
Teams is okay. It's just that it might I don't know. I think this is better.
All right. You
than
studied
Teams
another
before.
course from the instructor, and then you joined this.
Yeah, just in other schools and stuff I've worked with and trained. So Teams, I don't know. I'm not too big on Teams because it interjects with Microsoft Stream.
Yeah.
So it creates a stream video MP4, and students don't have that.
All right.
So you can create a Teams meeting. It's just that when you try to pause it,
Yeah.
it doesn't allow, like our breaks, it has to record.
Yeah.
It's just a live continuous feed.
Yes. You cannot pause that. Yeah, I know that's.
No, you can't pause it. That's the only issue I found with Teams. And it interjects with Microsoft Stream. So if students don't have the license, then it won't work.
So, what course did you study from the
I'm
instructor?
sorry?
What course were you studying?
Oh, lots. I've been with him for about 5-6 years now. Since back in 2017. So I think we're going on break right now.
I just studied VMware from him.
Oh yeah, he's our
college.
full-time. Yeah, he's doing the international studies course.
Yeah.
That includes VMware. Normally he used to do CCNA.
The networking.
Yeah, he used to do that too. He used to do Microsoft 70, 740, 70, 740, 70, 741, and a few others. I can't remember which ones. It's been a while, but I used to do that too. We used to do Citrix together. Everything.
So like these are like he just does this kind of courses to just for help the community.
Yeah, so he's helping. We're trying to help the students out that way, right?
So you currently work or you just
I work, yeah.
like which field?
I'm a trainer. I'm
Uh,
also a teacher, and I work in IT.
so
I'm a
like
project manager. Sorry.
all right. Yeah, do you have any suggestions like for someone who are trying to get into IT or something?
I recommend learning this stuff here. This is the basic stuff, especially if you guys want level 1.
Yeah.
As we've been, as Amir's been stating, how to just make sure your resume is up to date, including information about things that you've done, and not just like accomplishments, rather than things you know. Um, just try to learn the basics of it. Learn the hardware. Know
Yeah.
the hardware inside and out, because if you know the hardware inside and out, then that's 60% of a lot of the work that I see out there. If you want to get into the cloud option, Abdul,
Yeah.
then AWS, Azure Security, Citrix, VMware, those are the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the market bad or is just the people?
The market's not bad. It's pretty good. As you can see, I know Amir's been doing his best to kind of show you guys the types of work that's out there. So continue to follow those job markets, the one that's like the job. Hang on a second. Yeah, so Abdul, just do your best. Utilize the market out there. Indeed, Monster, whatever website. There's a lot of different types of, job. Indeed, as an example, utilize that and whatever you've learned in the past. Did you guys all graduate?
Yeah, I just recently completed that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. And you guys are learning the Cloud Director, right?
It was included in our course, like
Yeah,
it.
so Cloud Director is it just started happening this year, Cloud
Yeah.
Director. So they just introduced that method. We're talking about from many years ago, back in vSphere 5, vSphere 5.5, vSphere 6. We used to just, create VMwares with Workstation Pro, like different version of it, and we used to create those hypervisors and VMs that way. So, utilizing that, how to create a VM. You can also use Azure to create VMs. I know with Azure Free, it gives you three VMs to try. So you can use Azure to create a VM. So it all depends on how you feel comfortable. You can also use Oracle Workstation. The one, that VM, that's also a great application to create VMs and kind of learn how to create those VMs. You get what I'm trying to say? Like create the
Yeah, I
hardware.
have this old server. If you
Yeah, create not just servers, but Windows 10
see
machines,
this,
Windows.
this server right here.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
This.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. Very good. Can you go back? That looks good. Yeah, very
That's the
good.
R710.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. See, you're on the right track there. You have your environment.
Yeah.
Mention that in your resume, guys. You've got VMs. Like I've been doing VMware for a long time, so they don't last because I didn't buy licenses for them. I don't want to
Yeah.
buy licenses for them. And I know with Humber they do offer the license. That's good for 2 years. They do get expensive, right? But you don't really need a license. You just recreate them. That's how you learn. Recreate the machines. Start from scratch. Back up your machines, the settings, so that you have a backup on your drive, like a network drive or something.
Yeah, but Humber one, I think it's gonna expire in like it's for the course only. I think.
Yeah. So you guys were doing the Cloud Director. So Amir's the administrator, from what I know.
Yeah.
He administers all your machines. So from
Yeah.
when you turn it on to when you turn it off, the changes you make.
Yeah.
Setting up the gateway.
Yeah.
Uploading an application in the library, the data store. I'm sure you guys all done that already.
Yeah.
So those are the types of things you want to kind of start from scratch and utilize it. And the more experience you have, add that in your resume as an experience, right? Like, in Humber, we built this, right? So that'll kind of help with that. And then look for a job where it includes, how to create VMs, and then highlight that in your resume.
Yeah. So what is the with the ATS like? People, is it we really have to like put everything according to the job description or what?
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to take the job, you want to take whatever experience you have and throw it in the garbage because it's not really applicable in
Yeah.
specific jobs. So what you want to do is you just want to utilize what you've learned based on what the job description entails, right? So if you're going through Workopolis, you're going through ZipRecruiter, you're going through Indeed, you're going through Monster. You want to make sure that you utilize that. Like for example, if you were just installing printers for 3 months, you don't want to put that in your resume if you're going to go apply for a VMware hardware specialist.
Yeah.
Printers and VM, they're not going to help you, right? So you want to utilize what you've done, put that in the instruction and how you've used it. Because when you get chosen, they will ask you those questions. I've been through thousands of interviews. Some they've all offered me a position, but some I couldn't take because it wasn't worth my time. I've been in IT for 25 years. and I've worked with Amir for a while now. We've built a lot of experience, on the job field, right? Not just in training, but on the job field itself. But utilizing the training that you're doing right now, this will help definitely 130%. Knowing how to use Exchange, Exchange is being widely used. Some companies are still on-prem, so learning how to use the on-prem environment, installing that from scratch, right?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore because it's not offered in the exams. So if you guys are going for those exams, learn how to do that, because that way, you'll utilize that in the job description, in the job field. The exams don't ask for it again, but it's always good to train, like to create labs, create your own environments. Okay.
Yeah. So, like when we look at some job description, there are two things. Like one is the responsibilities and one is the requirements. So when we make our resume, we have to look at the requirements or the job duties, and then
The job you want to look at everything itself. You want to kind of see what they say. Everyone, like you have to kind of tell them. You have to kind of showcase what you're good at, right?
yeah,
If they say you need this, and this, and out of the 7 bullet points, you only know 3. Showcase those 3. Don't be shy. Don't give up. Never give up.
Yeah.
If they come back to you and say, you know what, Abdul, they don't say anything to you in a week after you've gone through your first interview process, don't give up. Just keep going. Send them an email saying, hey, I'm just following up on this interview that I had, and I was wondering what feedback I got.
yeah,
That's one. Never give up. Keep going. Do 2 or 3 at a day. Like, so for example, when I first started 15 years ago, I used to send 1, 2, 3, 4 resumes a day, every day for a week. That's 28 jobs that I was applying at. And we're talking about 15 years ago, right? The
yeah,
job market was tough. It's always been tough. It's just keep hammering down those resumes. Look around. Make changes to those job descriptions. Don't keep the same resume for 7 jobs, because all 7 jobs are going to have different job descriptions, right? So never give up. Utilize those tasks. Keep reviewing his videos. Write down notes. Look at those notes. Go apply for those exams. So I stress that out. Take those exams. They help out as well too. They give you life scenarios. You guys using exam topics? Are you guys familiar with exam topics?
yeah, where there are dumps or
Yeah, for the exam dumps. Yeah, so that's a great course. That's a great option. There was another one that I used to use about 10 years ago. I don't remember the name, but when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know.
yeah. So do you think we need this basic certification like the A plus or Network Plus or
Yes, A+ is perfect, and VMware, A+ is good. Yeah, I definitely recommend A+. I definitely recommend networking. Know your networking side, Abdul. Know your database side. Do you know anything about databases?
yeah?
What about databases do you know?
Like it's like my one of the strengths, like the SQL. Like I am pretty good in SQL, and
Are you? Okay, what about SQL do you know? Because it is a tough scenario. You need to learn SQL in and out. It's not just knowing it. It's just like how did you use it in your environment? Like what sort of things did you do? Like examples of
like
you using it. For example, I want to hire you for a SQL Server admin, database admin, right?
yeah,
So what sort of examples did you
like
use on the job and not just through training?
yeah. So I have the like complete understanding of creating a database, modifying it, updating it, altering it, deleting it, and then creating a backup of it whenever it's
You know how to create the backups. Okay, great. Good.
yeah,
Okay, that's good. See, that's a start. So creating the databases in a lot of environments, they're already created. Right? they're always created. Like they might be on, SQL Server 2012 or 2016. So, you've created it. Great. Now, if they want to migrate, Abdul, then I would say, hey, I've migrated. So maybe they're like, okay, maybe we need you, Abdul. You've migrated 12 to 16. We're now migrating from 12 to 2019. Can you help us? You said that you migrated, right? So, stuff like that to kind of help out.
When we
situation.
migrate, there are some problems like data redundancy and some.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like in
Yeah.
SCCM and MECM, we use SQL. There's a lot of in the Azure Light, creating light databases. SQL queries. Queries.
And there's
So
another
these
thing
are
like
things that you need to know.
KQL. Are you familiar with that? The KQL, the Azure Custom Query language. The one
No,
you.
I'm not a programmer. I'm just I'm an administrator. Well, I used to be an administrator, systems admin, but I'm both. I'm project management now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it like good to do
Custom, I heard of that. Yeah, Custom.
did you do the PMP or
I'm
like
sorry? Yeah, I'm actually currently in my PMP. Currently
you're
doing it.
like
Yeah,
into the process of getting it?
yeah, but I'm also a coordinator. I'm a project manager working.
Like, is the exam hard of PMP or
I
not?
heard, yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah, so normally people who do the exam, they normally put it right behind, above, right next to their name, like their name and PMP.
Yeah,
Because,
so you could put the PMP next to your name. Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. Yeah. It's like a doctor. If you're a doctor, you're gonna
yeah. But I am like most trying to get into the like data analyst or data engineering side. That is something I feel like suits me more than, you know,
Custo's pretty big, eh? It's not
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
There's a lot of dependencies.
Yeah, Custo is just basically the
Yeah, select where types,
your-
stuff like that.
yeah,
Help
it's
cards.
SQL as
Yeah,
well. It's not hard.
yeah.
SQL is not hard. It's one of the easiest languages to learn out there. Like it would be one of the easiest. Then people say it's Python, but
Python. Yeah.
when you go to like the higher levels, I wouldn't say like there's a lot of difference between Python and Java because on the lower level you do find it easier, but when you go to like the very advanced level, I would say it's as hard as any other language.
Correct. Okay. Got you. But listen, Abdul, you always wanna you gotta stick to the one path. Like if you're good
Yeah.
at one thing, stick to
Yeah.
that path. I've been in IT for a long time. I've done cloud, I've done, system admin, I've done IT technical support, I've done service desk, I've done it all. I've done field work, I've done it all. I'm now at that stage where I'm comfortable enough to move on and become a project manager. Because I've led a lot of teams, I've managed a lot of teams, right? And then
Yeah.
from there, maybe direct. That's my next goal, in a couple of years. Be a director. That's my goal. So, like you always want to make sure you know you're good at what you do. Don't move around. Like, like it's good to learn it, yeah, but stick to that one path.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just
Definitely
want to
stick to
build
that one path.
familiarity with all the things.
Yeah.
Cloud. Cloud is gonna be required anywhere you go.
That's
It's just
correct.
gonna be required, and this VMware is also be going to be everywhere because we need, we need sandboxes and for testing on everything. You need to know how to build this virtual machines, and you need to be.
Yeah, you need to know build. Like I said, the hardware stuff is really straightforward. In VMware, in your VMware class, your vCloud, your vSphere 7.0, your vCenter,
Yeah.
that's where you're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Keep learning those things, guys. I'm stressing
Yeah.
it out. Keep learning it. Not just knowing how to saying, yeah, I did it, but on the job market, have you really done it? Like, what sort of scenarios have you done? Like, for example, the job description says, hey, we need somebody to build a VM. Okay, so in XYZ, I built a VM. We built 15 VMs for a project. And within that project, we utilized, 60% of our time to troubleshoot and to, test those VMs when required. So when you're talking to the recruiter and to the job in the market interview, you have to build your confidence. And I stress that too. Building your confidence is a start in this course. So being in this course, you're building your confidence, and not just watching and waiting for the video to watch, but showing examples, taking pictures, you know, proving that you're able to actually do it, sending in your reports to Amir, you know, on time, you know, asking questions, you know, if you want to build a server for Exchange server on-prem, you know, ask. Somebody will help, right? You need
Yeah.
help, right? You know,
Yeah.
utilize that. There's another thing in SQL. I wanted to talk to you guys about. I don't know if you guys used it before, but what's it called?
Like, what's it for?
It's a query language. It's a different query language. I can't remember the name of it, but I used to use it.
It's like the NoSQL thing.
Yeah, something like no. It's in MECM.
Like there are two type of databases, like SQL and NoSQL. It might
Yeah,
be other
yeah,
type.
yeah. No, I'm talking about queries in general.
Okay.
But I can't remember. CM Pivot. You guys know anything about CM Pivot?
I haven't heard of it.
No. See, these are things you can also look at, like knowing how to query and stuff. You know, we want you. You should be able to not know the advanced side of things, but know how to troubleshoot the level 1, level 2 stuff, right?
Yeah.
Adding a user to a mailbox in AD or Exchange is level 1, level 2 stuff, right? But expanding your horizon and stuff like that, you know, stick to that one goal. If you want to do MEM, you want to do Intune, stick with that. If you want to do AD, stick with AD. If you want to do Citrix, stick with Citrix. If you want to do VMware, stick with VMware. But know everything because, you know, if you want to make money, you need to know everything, right?
Yeah.
And not just tell them on a paper. You should be able to prove it. You know, say, hey, you know what? Look at my. You could say, hey, I'll share my screen. I can show you what I've done. I can't
Yeah.
explain to you what I've done in other jobs for privacy, you know, but I can show you. Look, this is what I have. Here's my server. Here's my 6 VMs. Here's my Windows 10 machine. Here's my Windows 11 machine. You know, here's my server, my file server. Here's my web server. Here's my WSUS server. You know, these are certain things that you guys should be able to do on your environment since you have it, Abdul, and you showed me, and then keep going with that. Okay. I'm gonna step out for about 5 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm still working with Microsoft, so they will contact me back with a resolution on it.
Yeah.
And I'll share that with the class. Okay.
All right. All right. No problem.
Okay.
Nice.
Anybody else have any questions? No. Round table. Okay.
Yeah.
Kama, Malik, Raza. Round table. Anybody? Okay. All right. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.